Okay, so up to now we have seen the get request call where we get all the submissions. We have seen create submission call, and as a part of CRUD operation, let's say delete and update. So to explain that thing, we'll just do some operations on our admin dashboard. So till yesterday we had seen we were able to retrieve all the records. So let's suppose what we need to do is we need to remove these entries, right? These are some redundant or uh, bad data, right, that we want to remove. So how to do that? So let me tell you the process of it, right? So the first thing is like we need to select, right, what row we want to delete. So if you see the data here, so first I will explain you what we are planning to do as a part of this, what is our game plan, and then we will see how to achieve that. Okay, so here if I just enter this Angular command, you will see like this is our data, right, which we are displaying in this particular view grid. So the unique identifier for this is ID, right? So there are two IDs, maybe they are like both similar, they are having some just different key name, which is ID and underscore ID, but those are same. So this is like a unique identifier for our this row. So if I want to delete this row, the unique identifier is this. So I need to take this ID, right? I need to fetch or store this ID somewhere else, and then I need to pass this ID to a service which is already like default provided by Unqork to delete the submission. So nothing different in that. Just like for get service, just to get the submissions, we have a service. For creating, we have a service. For delete and update also, we have that uh, service which is provided by Unqork. So the game plan is we need to get this ID, store it somewhere else, and then on a click of button, we should pass this ID to that service so our record got deletes. So that's our plan, right? So let's do that. So how we will do in this view grid, we had seen this stuff, right, that day in the previous video. So now what we will do, uh, here we have this row output, right? So what it says is key in the submission data where the output of selected row would be stored. So here we need to mention that ID where we want to store that submission ID once we select that row. So what it means is what we need to, where we need to store it, right? So first let's create a variable, right, where we need to store that particular key. So let's create a hidden element. I can write here as selected ID. Okay, and we are done with this, and the next is, and the next piece we need to apply here is select row ID property. So what it means is if I select this row, then from this entire row what property I need to store. So we saw ID is something, the unique identifier, so we will store that ID itself. So here in this row, oh, sorry, not in this, in this view grid we need to go, and here let's put where to store first. So I have just created that one, which is selected ID. So say this name should be actual one, right, whatever we have created that variable, because if this is wrong, then this can't find that variable, right, where we want to store. So make sure that this is correct, or this is the actual ID or hidden element component that we have created. And the next one is underscore ID. Okay, this is what I want to select. So now if you save this, just refresh this, so you will see a new checkbox kind of thing which is added into this view grid. So see, if you see this checkbox is added, so which allow us to select any particular row. So let's suppose if I select this one, so if I enter this, now you can see in the selected ID we can see this ID, right, which is stored there. So why this is stored? So this is our first row, right, which is getting displayed. So this is our first row which is getting displayed here, and we have selected that, so that's why in the selected ID this row is coming. If I select some other row, maybe the second one, okay, so that second row would come there. So this is our second entry. So this ID is stored, right, which is underscore id. I mean both are same. So here this second id is stored, right? And this. So yeah, one part is done. Now the second is to configure that plugin and pass that id. So how to do that? Again, whatever the services you want to use, just close your eyes and think of a plugin component. Okay, just use a plugin component for whatever the service call you want to do. So let's put here as plugin delete entry. Okay, this is the name I'm giving. Then here we have this service as, if we just search for delete, we have delete multiple work module submissions. So if I put it here, so again here we need to mention what is that module id. So I will just copy that module id, which is like a schema id where we are storing all those submissions. So this is that where we are storing all those things. Okay, so one piece is done where we have configured this. Now let's see this service, what other things we need to pass and how we need to pass to make it work. So I clicked on learn more where we can get the API specification. So okay, first piece is done mentioning the model ID. Second is destroy, which is a boolean value. It should be, it is default false, but we need to make it true to hard delete that. So if it is false, then it would be deleted, but it would be soft deleted, right? It would be not permanently deleted. There would be some way to retrieve it. But if we make it true, then it is something deleted permanently and we don't have any uh, way to retrieve it back. So make sure like what you are deleting and how you want to delete. So make it true, and here we need to pass that IDs. So if we want to delete multiple things, so multiple thing we will see later. So as of now we are just selecting one row and deleting that row, so that's it. So here what we will do, here we will mention that, right, mapping is destroy, sorry, and here I can write as true, right, and here I will write IDs, the second mapping, right, and here I will mention the selected ID. Cool. So now what I will do, our plugin is ready. Let me save this. Now let's bring a button which is something responsible to delete or trigger that plugin post selection. So here I will write delete entry, cool, event, and this will write plugin delete entry, awesome, cool, right? So we have configured this button. So now with a click of button we need to trigger. So yeah, I have just configured this. So what we will do, we'll just do the refresh. Cool. So what we'll do now, we'll select that row. Let's suppose I want to delete this first row. Let's open this network tab. So we'll see what actual call is getting happened. So let's click on delete. So if you see, now that record is deleted. So we are calling this service. Payload is this. We are passing those two parameters, and now it is getting deleted, right? We have got the status as 204, which is something like not found. So why it is not found? Because it is deleted. And the response is also 200, so no worry, it is deleted. So let's quickly check. If I refresh this now, once I refresh, it will again reload and it will trigger that init that we have put. So now the fetched records would not be having that record. Yes, that's it. So it has worked, right? So just to reflect that new entries, we are like manually refreshing it, right? So let's do one thing. What we will do is after deleting, we want to call this, right, plug get dashboard data. So one thing is like with init onload, we are anyways triggering this plug get data, plug dashboard data, I mean plug get dashboard data, but also we want to do this once I delete any entry. So what I will do again, yeah, you guessed it right, and this post trigger we will put plug get dashboard data. So once this plug delete entry is completed, it will trigger this automatically, and we don't need to manually do that, right? It will be automatically fetching us a new records, and then our life would be sorted. Cool, let's delete this bad data, delete it. Yeah, that got deleted. It is not visible. Let's delete that last one just to see. Cool, that data is also deleted. Awesome. Delete. So yeah, we have implemented this feature, right, to delete all this, whatever the records we want to delete. So yeah, what is remaining now? Just update, right? So you have reached up to this level where you can store data, update. You can store data, get data, delete data. You know Unqork now, right? Oh yeah, there are a lot of things to be learned in Unqork, but yeah, this is something, a good goal, right? A great achievement that we have came so far, and we are able to do some CRUD operations. So let's maybe delete this also. Doesn't look good. We'll put some good data there again on that screen, and let's see how it works. Cool, there are no records, so not found. Nothing is there. So now what I will do, let's put some entry. There is our sandbox. Yeah, okay. What name I should put? Let's put MS Dhoni only because I am fan of Dhoni. So I usually, mostly I use this name. His age is I think 40 plus, right? Let's put 41. Number, address is Ranchi, right? So he's going to Lakshadweep. He's going tomorrow and he's there till next week. Cool. We'll submit it. Okay, request is sent. So from the resort perspective, the resort will get to know, yes, awesome, MS Dhoni is coming to his resort, right? So he'll see this name, which is MS Dhoni there. Oh, good. That's pretty good, right? So yeah, now we want to, as soon as he sees this name, he want to immediately approve this, right? He's not going to wait. He's very excited. He will just approve this name, right? His entry, and he will further call him personally. Obviously, his MS Dhoni, he will call him personally. But yeah, from now, I mean, he want to just update this entry. So let's build that logic to update this entry, right, on the dashboard itself. So what we need to do is, let me close this redundant tabs. We don't require this as of now, just to avoid any confusion. Cool. So dashboard here is going to work. We are going to work, and here is the actual preview mode. That's it. So yeah, again, if you want to update, so we need to use plugin service. This is something the heart of Unqork, where we every operation we use plugin. There are lot of use. We'll see that. Update entry. Cool. So here what we will do, we'll see search for update. Just search for it, whatever the service you want. So yeah, now I know which it will start with update. So eventually you guys also know, you will know that what service to look up in this drop down. So let's select update module submission, and our module ID and submission ID we need to pass. Cool. So module ID I know it is already stored here. Okay, and submission ID is something we are anyway selecting on a fly, right? So how to do that? How to dynamically pass the value here? The thing is, like, here in the curly braces, we need to pass data dot selected ID, right? So this is how we need to dynamically pass that selected ID. Cool, right? And I don't know how to use. Yeah, obviously I know that, but just wanted to show you, like, we don't need to learn this. We can just click on learn more, go here in the specification, and see life is sorted. Cool. So we need module ID. We have configured that. Submission ID on a fly, we will decide. And then we have this data that we can pass. So here is the thing, right? Data we need to pass whatever we want to update. So there are a lot of things here. We can like add some filters and all, so it will not jump there immediately. Slowly, eventually, gradually we'll go there. But yeah, let's put it here, data. So what I need to do, I think we haven't added anything like approved or status key we haven't added, but once we click on approve, we'll add a new key to the object which is status. And here we'll put it as approved. Okay, so what will happen is this key, right, data.status, it is not there in our submission, but in the MongoDB we can add anything whatever we want. So even it is not there, we can add this key on a fly. And what value we need to map? We need to map it as approved. So let's do that. So what I will do here is I will add a button here, right? So if you see now this record, we don't have any button, right? How will approve? One thing is like just click on this and then we can put approve button here also. Another thing also is like we can just put here approve button, and with that we can do that. So how to do that? So let's go to this action and let's put instead of null means it will not show anything, but here we can put approve. And then the next thing is what we need to do is on a click of button, right? So here we are selecting that row and this operation is happening, what ID will select and what property we want to store. But if I click on this button, I want to store some ID, right? I want to store the same thing, like I want to store the selected ID of what row is approved, and what mapping I need to do is this one. So I will just put these things here also. So what will happen with this if I just click on approve button, right? Let me show you that, then you will get to know. So if I select this, then only I would be able to see that selected record, right? If you see selected ID, but to approve this I'm not going to select this and then click on approve. Even though it is not selected, let me just refresh, so it will be not selected. Yeah, so even though it is not selected, I can click on approve and our operation should work, right? So if I click on approve, here it says button clicked, right? So now with this also we can see the ID, right? Whatever the record is selected. So that is what I wanted to do. Instead of, I don't want to select explicitly this and click on approve. I want to just click on approve and then this selected key should come here, right? So for that we need to put these things over here in the output table. What ID we need to store and where to store. That's it. What, where. That's it. Okay, so once our ID is done, then we need to do is we need to call this plugin, right, which is update entry. But how to do that, right? Here we don't have anything like trigger and all. If you see this view grid, we don't have anything where we can configure what to trigger based on the click. So for that we have a very nice trick. What we'll do is we'll take the help of decision component. Cool. Let me put it below update entry. So let's put it on watch. So what this will do is, let me configure this and I will explain you. Rule watch. Okay, watch button click. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to keep this on watch. So what this decision will do, it will check whether it will like constantly be acting as a radar. It will check. Okay, but what to check? So here we need to write button click. So it will check if any button is clicked. Okay, in the application, if any button is clicked or not. So let's put it contents here. Okay, I will tell you why we have put contents, because if I again click on approve, so what happens is in the console you will see here we have a button click, right? This variable automatically comes, or this key comes, and here we have this approve one. So what is this approve? This thing we have configured in that let me save this. So yeah, approve thing is something we have configured here in the action. So that is coming here. Okay, the approve. So now when we click on button click, so we need to use this rule, which is on watch to see if our button click variable. So what to see button click, and if it contains that approve or not, then only we are going to trigger that. So what to trigger in the property ID, we'll see plugin update entry, and here we'll put it as trigger. Okay, so yeah, button click it is watching, but when to trigger this plug update entry, if button click value is approve, right? If it is approved, then only trigger go. That is what we are doing here. So and also it is on watch, so it will watch. As I said, watch will always look for a input. So if button click is happening, which is in the input table, so this is looking for a button click, and I will save this. So now let's put it. Let's do it. Let's open network tab, and now what I will do, I will click on approve. Okay, so this, if you see console, button click happened, rule watch button click triggered, begin and end, and then this rule watch triggered this plug update entry because we had configured, and here we are passing. Oh, status is not passed. Why is it not saved? It is saved, but why this ID or approved is not passed? Let's see. The only thing was we had put that under a double quote, but it should work. Let's see. Okay, not sure why this happened, but yeah, usually with double quotes also it's works. So now we have removed that approved in double quotes to single quotes, and now it is passed. So if you see here, we have got the status as approved. So great, we are done with the upgrade operation also, right? We are done with update operation also. So we are sorted now. What is remaining? Nothing. Great, clear operation we have seen. So yeah, from the next video we'll go deep into it. We'll see other things, very cool stuff with Unqork, that is for sure. I will never disappoint you on this. So yeah, but yeah, I would need your favor guys. Just add comments, whatever it is, whether it is positive or it is negative or constructive, whatever it is. Just put a comment, like the video. So in that way, what will happen is you will get such kind of videos more, right? So YouTube algorithm will suggest you more videos like this, such cool stuff. So that will benefit you as well. And the other benefit I will receive is this channel will reach to maximum people. In that case, I will also get some motivation to do some videos and upload some cool stuff. So please subscribe, like, and share to many people. So let's make this channel as Unqork something a benchmark, right? Where whatever you want with Unqork, let's go to this channel. Everything would be there for Unqork, right? So that is our goal. So I need your support, guys. So I think yeah, you will do it for sure. We both will do it together. Cool. Then see you in the next video. If any questions, just DM me on best that quotes on Instagram. I will surely reply on that. Cool. Thank you.